Okay, Siksika. Today we're at the world famous More Than Bannock. If you could recognize it, here it is. I am here today with my co-host Rex McMaster. He's here, I promise. Or he's right here with me. But today we are here to review a dish, a delicate dish from More Than Bannock, and I am more than excited to review it for the nation here today. So without further ado, let's go conquer the mountain. All right, we are over here with the better lighting, and now I'd like to introduce the world famous, one of the proud owners of More Than Bannock, CJ Cutter. Nice to meet you there, CJ.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
Now, as you can see, there are most definitely way more than Bannock here. Can even show that gourmet poutine. Now, we have some questions here for CJ. Can you tell me a little more about yourself and how More Than Bannock came to be?
Well, I'm CJ Cutter, and I was born and raised in Siksika Nation. I've been around food. My parents have done a lot of catering and ran a couple establishments themselves, and we've always been part of the Bannock booth of the Calgary Stampede. And we've managed it and helped run it throughout the years at the Old Village. And so it was just kind of something that I've always been around, and just kind of took a little bit of it. And as I went on in life, I started getting jobs at different places, and I started taking over as manager for different food establishments. I was manager for Humpty's for a little while. I was manager for Tim Hortons, and kitchen manager for Humpty's. Sorry, I was manager for McDonald's and Tim Hortons and Humpty's. And so I had the background, but it was we were planning on shifting back to the community, coming back to Siksika, working here and trying to do more of an involvement in our community. And a couple of opportunities came up, and we jumped on it. We're like, okay, let's try this out. We didn't know what we were doing. We just knew that we wanted to serve food, and we wanted to try and use it to help our community, I guess. That was the idea from the start. We really didn't know what the plan was, but we eventually started up, I think in 2017 was our first year. And we did have a previous name, but we did eventually settle on More Than Bannock, just because that was something we thought was more of a solid thing for us, more of a foundation name.
So we also have something else here. We got a famous Triple Bannock Burger from More Than Bannock. And I'd also like to ask you, what inspired the name More Than Bannock, and what does the food to you mean personally?
Well, obviously the name derives from another community near us, Siksika Nation. Oh, Strathmore, sorry, that kind of threw me off right there. But from Strathmore, a lot of our community go to a food establishment based in Strathmore called More Than Ice Cream. And everybody from our community knows that name. And our idea was that we wanted our restaurant to revolve around our bannock recipe. And, you okay?
Really good. Oh, wow.
And it derived from that. And because we do so many more different items than just bannock, that was where the name came from. Because we don't just do bannock stuff. We do like pub style stuff, handhelds, and just different kind of entrees and that for our menu. So we also have More Than Bannock.
Yes, as you can see, it's like way definitely more than Bannock. How does the menu reflect the traditions and history of Siksika Nation? Also, are there any specific ingredients or dishes that carry a special cultural meaning?
Well, our bannock is one of our oldest recipes. It's kind of been handed through the generations and culture. And one thing we don't do is we don't add a lot of preservatives to our bannock. Like other people add salt and different stuff like that. Ours is more of a basic, older menu. Well, basic ingredients, and it's just the way it's cooked, the way it's prepared, and that is pretty much our secret. It's just you just gotta create it with love. You gotta try to serve food that. Sorry, that's not the kitchen. That's the gym area.
We're in the gym area here. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so we just use basic stuff that our traditional descendants have used. Sorry, what was the rest of the question?
Are there any specific like ingredients or dishes that carry a special cultural meaning?
Well, our fried rice obviously has been one of the biggest things in our community. Even tons of non-indigenous know that. And we do tend to put in different specials that sometimes will align with traditional stuff, like our flank meals, and just pretty much our bannock is kind of like we try to use it in different ways, like with the bannock dogs, the Indian tacos, the bannock burgers. So it's a lot of just utilizing our bannock, anything in our area.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, you can really feel it here. This is like feels like the tip of the arrow here. Also, what are some of the biggest challenges in starting and running More Than Bannock?
Well, the biggest challenge would be trying to keep up with the demand. We try to open every day, but it's our space isn't the biggest, and we do a lot of caterings because we try to help out different programs, and it's just a lot of different stuff that happen in our community. A lot of stuff we actually support the programs by, if there's stuff that are really helping our community, like our youth and that, we keep them customers. We help align the prices to help make things work for them, because we understand that our community struggles in those kind of areas, and we don't want to demand too much from that, because at the end of the day, we're here to build our community and not to set up the vision.
What were some challenges in starting it all?
The challenges were just to be able to just be able to get up every morning and do the hard work, because it is long, hard hours. It's like, especially when we're busy during the hockey season, we extend our hours to sometimes like 9 in the morning till midnight, and it just takes a lot of teamwork. We do have a great team that comes in and helps us, especially through the hockey season. My kids and my family are all in there helping when they need to. And at the end of the day, that's the main thing. It's just trying to create it to work for everybody, because that was the biggest challenge overall, because in anything that's just trying to make everything work properly. In a high demand, fast-paced kitchen at times, that's the thing, is that we do not have a lot of burners to create a lot of fries and that at the same time. We try to serve our food fresh as possible. So when people come and they have to wait like 10 to 15 minutes sometimes, if we get hammered, sometimes a wait can be up to 20 to 30 minutes, but it's because we're trying to serve quality fresh food. We don't want to serve anything that's been sitting there.
That's awesome to hear. I'm just taking a breather right now. This is really good, by the way, and I'm enjoying this. What advice would you give to other Indigenous entrepreneurs starting out?
You're gonna fail, but that's how we learn. Everything that happens that is stressful is also learning for the next time that's not so stressful. Don't take everything literal and enjoy what you're doing. Don't act like it's, oh, I gotta go to work, oh, I gotta go do this. You get to because it's yours. It's something that you're building. And if you take a day off on building it, then that just sets you back. You gotta do it with your whole heart and your whole love, especially if you're doing something for a community. You're not the one that's winning, the community is.
That's awesome to hear. Do you have a favorite memory connected to like the food you serve here? Even if it stems back before More Than Bannock, what would be your favorite memory that involves them?
One thing that really I love is all the elders we get. All the elders that tell us, compliment our fry bread and compliment our bannock, and just a lot of thanks to our community that let us know, because sometimes we work so hard that we get stressed and we forget that, we are doing a good job. But it's when our community takes that time to let us know that, it's okay and we're actually doing a good job, and that's what I always remember. One thing though would be one thing new would be during hockey season, we would have like visiting teams that would always come and order X amount of fry bread, X amount of burgers, like every time they come, and they would be psyched to come to the Deerfoot Sportsplex for their teams to play because they want to get that rink burger, the bannock. No other place sells them in the area, like Strathmore and all that. So they get excited to come here for burgers or poutines because as you see, they're not the smallest portions.
Oh no, they're not.
They're quite filling.
Yeah, they are quite filling. Like right now, I need to take a breather. I'm definitely getting filled right now. And honestly, what does success look like for you? Not just like in business, but in community and culture.
Success is having your community be there for you. To me, that's success. Success is being able to wake up and do something for your community, and your community being there for you to make it happen. It's not about money. It's not about what we got. It's about what we're doing together. That's success.
But what's your vision for the future of More Than Bannock as a whole, going forward?
Eventually I would like, something to keep going, just to keep building, always moving forward, always adding something new, and always making it exciting, and just to continue working with the community of different areas, and being able to give these opportunities because we have a lot of employees from the reserve that we need creating spaces for. So just to be able to keep that rolling is my vision. I try not to plan big. I just try to do big moves. So that way I never get let down by expectations. You don't plan big, you just make big moves, and then eventually, hopefully, you'll grow towards a bigger goal.
Just build up now.
Yeah.
Also, final question here. This was also a challenge. I think it's looking like I'm defeated, but this is so good. I'm gonna save this. Oh my goodness, I got one more question here for you. What do you hope people walk away with not just from the meal, but from the experience.
That, to me personally, is something very important. I hope that people walk away feeling like they had a good interaction. They got their meal and they're satisfied with their portion, with what they are. At the end of the day, I see a lot of meals that are unfinished, and I know it's because of our size. Because I know our community doesn't have a lot of money, so we don't try to have humongous prices for our portions, because like I said, we're trying to help out. Like the kids come from the high school and they barely have money, so we help them out with an $8 poutine. They, and they can share it. They're big enough for everybody, and pretty much just be happy they came in and ordered from us. Because that's the goal, is to give fresh food and an experience.
That's actually really good to hear. And also, this experience has been amazing. I come here throughout the hockey season almost every weekend, and I gotta say that I have supper here every time because it's the best, honestly. I had this in the penalty box a lot, and it's the best. It helps me blast through the game.
Your food's always waiting for you at the end of the game.
Oh yes, I'm always prepared. I'm always prepared to have a More Than Bannock gourmet poutine, and hopefully another one of these during the hockey season there. I haven't actually had one of these since the hockey season, so I'm actually so happy to try it out here. The Triple Bannock Burger, you can get it at More Than Bannock here at the Deerfoot Sportsplex. I'd like to say thank you to one of the owners of More Than Bannock. I am honored to interview him here today, and I couldn't finish. Yeah, like look at this big portions here. Also this poutine. This is even the large one. Yeah, this is a small poutine. It's both really good. I'm gonna save them. Oh, I'm actually pretty stuffed right now. It's pretty hot outside. I think I made the mistake of wearing my sweater in here.
He's got the meat sweats.
Yeah, I got the meat sweats right now. And I'd like to close out and say thank you. I don't know if you want to shake my hand, but thank you so much for letting me interview you. And again,